There are millions of men around you freely losing large amounts of their semen every day, rotting their own minds and character with immoral thought. Men leading sexually debauched lives, unbeknown that they are paving their own future with pain and suffering. A society of lustful, indulgent men will inevitably decay and self-destruct. If those around you knew of the consequences and hardships that follow a sexually promiscuous life, they may be able to rein in their desires and change their character for the better. As of now, most men do not know this. If man could put a stop to his sexual addiction, his society and country would become stronger and more prosperous. Compared to just 20 years ago, today's men are more fragile, more emotionally unstable, softer, and increasingly feminized. It is not their fault, they are merely a product of this culture that seems almost engineered to break them. Porn is no longer hidden, it's mainstream, weaponized and always in their pocket. Popular music glorifies degeneracy, godlessness, and lust. Fetishes and perversions are now fashionable. Morality has been inverted. Masculinity is now demonized. Lust is praised. We are not evolving, we are collapsing. And this isn't the first time. And unless men become aware of their own destructive ways, they would be lost in the same flood that drowned ancient Rome. One must begin to ask, why is this being pushed on us? Why are movies and music designed for the masses filled with sexual immorality? When man becomes addicted to lust, society weakens. When men apply sexual restraint to their lives, society flourishes. In culture, dominance, social power, and so on. In the 12th century, the Sultan of Egypt and Syria, Salahuddin Ayyubi, said, "If you want to destroy any nation without war, make adultery or nudity common in the young generation." This notion was further established academically by anthropologist J.D. Unwin in the 1930s. He found that civilizations that practiced chastity and restraint rose to dominance, and those that embraced unbridled sensuality collapsed within 3 generations. In the fall of man, it was the temptation of pleasure that led Adam and Eve to exile from paradise. The serpent didn't use violence, he used desire, the craving to taste what was forbidden. This was and still is the crack in man's spiritual armor. Fast forward to ancient Rome. At its peak, Rome was a titan, disciplined, stoic, militarily unmatched. But over time, as wealth and pleasure abounded, so did sexual excess. Roman citizens abandoned restraint. Orgies became normalized. Masculinity softened. Moral corruption spread from the elites downward. The empire that conquered the world couldn't conquer its own appetite. Rome didn't fall to an army, it fell to decay from within. Now look around. Modern man is falling in much the same way. Voices from the more recent past have warned us of this path. O son or daughter of sensuality, are you not godlike, born in your Maker's image and exalted in nature? Will you, for low animal gratification, sell the birthright of your nature, your intellect, your morality, your capacity for joy, and fill your soul with agony? Total abstinence is life. Indulgence is triple death. Abstinence or death is your only alternative. Stop now and forever, or abandon all hope. I wash away the stain of the past in the reformation of the future. I will no longer be the groveling sensualist. I put on the garments of hope and press forward toward those noble ends from which this Delilah allured me. Man came from nature and he is governed by nature's laws. Your sexual organs were created for procreation, not for expending your semen for the sake of pleasure. To violate this law will come at a cost to your biological economy. You will have to pay with the substance of your organism. As a result, and if repeated often, your organism will attain the quality of unnaturalness, weakness, ugliness, and you will become an aberration of nature. Your body is a powerful instrument of energy generation, the workings of which are sorely misunderstood. Understand that harmony comes from order. Your own body is a very well organized system, and with ordinary habits you will maintain that harmony within your system. When you create disorder in your habits, such as excess, you create disorder in your body, in your nature, and many men under this influence will create disorder in society. That will destroy harmony, destroy growth, progress, and all things of a good nature. Your good habits and avoidance of excesses will restore this organization to your body and to your spirit. It will make you magnetic to others, and others will feel it and value your presence and existence because of it. They will secretly wish to be like you, and it is in your best interests to help them, because when all members of the society you live in become of a better nature, your society will elevate, quality of life will enhance, and all things of a positive nature will be drawn towards you. You do not need to verbally tell people to restrain, just lead by example. All of you practicing semen retention are increasing in number, and you are all fighting against the weakening of society. You are taking a stand to the power of lust, and refusing to let your higher mind that sits in your skull be controlled by your lower mind that sits between your legs. The higher mind in its location at the head points towards the heavens, the higher realms of existence. The testes that reside below drop down towards the animal realms, towards hell. Many of the great and accomplished men of history, warriors, sages, inventors, all knew this wisdom on some level. You either govern your lust, or you become governed by it, and by extension, easily controlled by others. The higher must rule the lower. That is the law of nature. When the flesh rules the spirit, man descends into chaos. When the spirit governs the flesh, he ascends into power. If we are to return to a strong, prosperous, and moral society that is uncorrupted, that looks after its own citizens, then we will first need to rid ourselves of lustful indulgence. It is a small price to pay to purify your soul, and when each man learns to live a chaste life, his society will prosper.